Good morning. 15th of March 2019, 1 minute past 8 CET time. Piotr here, and this is pre-London Open market preview. Let's start with risk warning. Please bear in mind, trading FX and margin carries a high level of risk, may not be suitable for all investors. You can sustain a loss of some or all your initial investments, so please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay. Quite important. It's a triple witching day today, so especially around the option expiration, be careful. Some higher volatility is expected, and we do have some nice expiration on euro dollar. So let's start with the option expiration, and we are trading. Currently, we are trading 13.18, so something around 13.20, and in that case, we've got 1.7 billion at 1.13. We do have 650 millions, 13.10. Again, 13.15. We've got almost 600 million. 13.20. We've got 800 million plus. 13.25. We have around 800 millions. So in total, in between 13 and 13.25, we do have well above 3 billion. So what I do expect is that around 3 p.m. CET time, in other words at 10 New York time, around the option expiration, most probably we are gonna be around 13.25. all right, so in relation to this one, I do have my trading plan, and I'm gonna to share with you right now. So what is important on euro dollar? 2 days ago, breakout to the upside above the pre-ECB high, all right, above the last Thursday pre-ECB high, close above. Yesterday, pullback, all right. And in terms of the daily close, we bulls were able to hold around or above last Thursday open, and the same we were able to close yesterday above Tuesday high. All right, so from the bulls perspective, that's quite positive, right? In that case, if we are gonna to take into the consideration, or if we assume that the move to the downside after the ECB, it was a trap, it was the failure to break and hold below 1250, right? Because a week later we are above. So in that case, from the bulls perspective, we may see similar price action to the upside. In that case, we are talking about 1450, 15 psychological level, okay? And looks like we are trying to create the rally. The thing is that if we are going to take into the consideration only ECB day, that's positive, right? But if we are going to take into the consideration the whole move to the downside, all right? So right now, we are, from the bear's perspective, we are still quite okay, and I'm gonna to touch the bear side within few minutes, okay? So let's continue the bullish scenario. In that case, you have a rally. Looks like yesterday there was a base creation, and now the bulls needs to take out yesterday and day before highs and close higher, all right? And if I'm correct with this bullish scenario, right? So what's my trading plan? What's my day trading plan for today from the bullish side? All right. Because of the option expiration, I would like to see from the bullish perspective again the bearish scenario within the second. What I would like to see, because of the option expiration, I would like to see the move and retest yesterday low, right? Before the option expiration. I would like to see the move outside of the option expiration range. In that case, below 113. Okay, you got my point. And I would like to see the retest of the yesterday low. Ideally, I would like to see lower low here compared to yesterday. So I would like to see attempt to break lower with rejection. All right. So in that case, if that was the yesterday low, that's Asian price action. All right. And during the London session, I would like to see the attempt to go lower, to hunt for more stops below yesterday low with rejection. And I would like to see this type of the price action, all right, during the London session or around New York Open. But anyway, I would like to see that before option expiration. All right. So in that case, I'm gonna to take the risk and try to join long side. All right. Because I do believe that we are gonna to see move back towards the option expiration range between 13.25, and we may even try to go higher then, because if the first attempt, again bullish scenario, is the first attempt gonna be to the downside with rejection, then most probably we are gonna to try to the upside. So not only the option expiration range, but maybe trying to take out 13.30, 13.50. Okay, that's how I see the things from the long side. And definitely bulls need to take out and close above this trend line. Let me make it bolder. Okay, all right. So that's my bullish scenario. What about bearish scenario? All right, in that case, and we will switch to the smaller time frame to talk about the possible levels. All right, but give me some time. So the bearish scenario is gonna be, quite similar to what we discussed a second ago with the bullish scenario, but in that case, I would like to see London trying to go higher. London traders, bulls, are gonna to take out this double high yesterday, day before, hitting some stops, trying to close the gap, hitting the low from the 1st of March, maybe hitting the monthly open, right? So in that case, we are talking about 1353, 1370, and pullback towards the option expiration range 1325, 13 level. All right. So let's make it visible. So we are talking about monthly open 13697. I have to make the cleaning on this chart, I'm sorry. 697. monthly chart means red color, just a reminder. All right, so that's the monthly open, right? Then this 1st of March low from the daily chart, and that's 13.53. To make some cleaning, sorry guys, just for you to make it more visible. All right, let's leave it, and I will make it over the weekend. Anyway, so in that case of the bearish scenario, what I would like to see, trying to go a little bit higher from here, tiny pullback, stop hunting above today's high, stop hunting above the this double high, and rejection, right? And in that case, I'm going to try to join the bearish side, bearish side for at least move back towards the option expiration range. Again, reminder: 13.25, 13 level. We do have more than 3 billion, and we do have triple, which is day to day. So that's how it looks. That's the base case scenario for me. All right, trying to fade range expansion with rejection. So we have to see attempt to move higher or lower in terms of or in comparison to yesterday, and trying to fade, and I would like to see that before the option expiration, right? After that, that's completely different story. I would be very careful trying to trade after the Europe close, especially today, when there are gonna be books cleaning and stuff like this ahead of the end of the week. And it's very easy to be trapped late Friday when we are trying to trade late Friday, when the only US guys are available. It's very easy to be trapped. Okay, so I would suggest to be very careful here. All right, so let's switch to the smaller time frame and let's have a look what we have here. What levels we are talking about. So let's start with the bullish case. What kind of the pullback I would like to see during the London to try to trade long side, and that's quite easy in terms of the measure. I would like to take this bigger pullback from yesterday, all right, and if that's Tokyo high going to hold, simple measure 1-to-1, what we are gonna to get, we are gonna to get something around 1285, all right, and taking into the consideration the intraday price action here, this leg higher here, right, we do have possible demand zone over here, this block and then engulf here, move higher. So in that case, that's the logical place to trying something around 1280 to try to look around for any kind of the rejection of attempt to move lower, all right, around 1280, okay. So if we are going to see these levels, of course we have to try to the bulls have to try to reject as soon as they can, because the longer we stay below this ECB supply, the bigger chances for the bears to take over. All right, so what I would like to see, quick spike down towards 1280, quick price action around these levels, long accumulation, and move higher. From the bears perspective, right, if we are gonna to try to take out this double high yesterday, day before, all right, so here the bottom of this consolidation, bottom of that consolidation here, right, as a possible supply, and in that case we are talking 1353. That's what we discussed a second ago based on the daily. And again, March open, especially it's very well visible here on the hourly. All right, so that's the possible supply, intraday supply zone. But again, guys, the levels, the zones, possible supply, possible demand we are discussing right now, from my perspective, from my trading plan perspective, intraday trading plan perspective, are valid only before the option expiration. Hopefully that's quite clear, all right? There is one more thing related to this possible intraday supply. If we are gonna to take into the consideration the breakout higher here, the yesterday retest of this breakout candle, so we can assume this, as a, without the shadows, we can assume this as a range, right? So trying to break higher, if we are gonna to double it, that's the monthly open. If we are gonna to try to make it lower, that's the 1280 with stops maybe, right? So that's quite logical levels. Nothing extraordinary. The easiest possible tools are used here to make this measure. Okay, so that's euro dollar. Hopefully that's clear enough. There shouldn't be a problem to recognize what we are gonna to do during the London session. All right. Now, dollar yen, and here we are talking about Bank of Japan. There is no change to monetary policy, and actually that's what was widely expected. There are a few comments from Kuroda. Let me put few of them into the chat box. The first thing is that the global slowdown affecting Japanese export production and domestic economy continue to be robust. What else we have from Kuroda here? That is where is it? Yeah, there was some downgrades view of overall economy. we will stay on that path. So yeah, proud of this ETF buying, and the full statement is here. 1 second. That's the full BOG statement. So where we are on dollar yen, just a reminder, 31st of March, end of the 2018 fiscal year in Japan. So yeah, next 2 weeks, still yen may try to get back home. Would be easier with the negative market sentiment overall, so yen as a safe haven, but yeah, US stocks is doing well. We do have this fake news pumping with China and US, right? First, the delay of the next meeting in between the Trump and Xi, which at the very first, when markets saw the news, it was a little bit of sell-off, but that means nothing, right? We are still talking. And that's from the political perspective, that was the great move from the Trump side, administration. And because, yeah, we got more time to pump with this fake news. Yes, the talks with China are great. We are getting closer. Maybe we are gonna have a deal, maybe not, but yeah, we are getting closer. So let's pump the stocks up, right? And especially it's important as we are approaching end of the quarter, right? So some guys have to dress some windows in that case to show the clients that yeah, our bonuses are based on what you see, guys. Anyway, from the daily perspective, for sure, what happened? 1 second. Okay, so what happened yesterday? Sorry. Let's get back to last week. Breakdown through this rising channel, close below, right? This week, higher. Bears are getting tired, right? Because we broke down through the channel, bearish sign, but yeah, this week higher, but still below the bottom of that channel or below the rising trend line, right? And as long as we are staying below, at some point we may see Niagara Falls, right? So from this daily chart, of course it depends what's going to happen. Positive, what is positive sign? Positive sign, here we have to have a look to the left side and towards the late December price action, 26th, right? Yeah, 26th. So yesterday we were able to run higher and close above this wide range here. Again, right? First it was beginning of March and now another attempt. So from that perspective, that's the positive sign, right? So the breakthrough Wednesday, Tuesday high, right? So today these levels are going to work as possible demand, and we see Thursday high 46, Tuesday high 46, double top, right? Double high. Today's low 48. Nice. So this is a possible demand, right? What the bulls have to do, and the quicker the better, I mean in terms of the daily close, is to get back into that channel and that might create the opportunity to run higher towards new high compared to what we've seen at the very beginning of March. And that's one of the strategy I'm using as well, and that's what we are going to discuss during the webinars in April. Okay. On the other hand, from the bear's perspective, if we are gonna be able, from the daily chart perspective, if we are gonna be able first to close below yesterday high, that's the first thing. The second thing would be good to close below yesterday close. All right. Third thing would be good to close below 8th of March open. So let's put some lines on the chart. So that's the thing here. Would be good to close the day below 111.50. All right. Not necessarily we have to go lower below this double high at this point, and I'm gonna to explain in a second why it's not necessary to close below these levels today, in my opinion. The important thing is to close below the yesterday high, below the yesterday close, and below this 8th of March open. All right. Then we are going to have, of course, higher high compared to yesterday, but with negative close. In that case, even if we are gonna to close above this double high, it might create the opportunity on Monday for bulls to trying to attack again, but then the bears are in a great situation to try to create this swing high. So we are gonna to test this possible demand. I would say it already been tested, and so run higher Monday and then trying to break lower, right? From the bulls perspective, of course, trying to fight and trying to get back close inside the channel. All right. So in that case, we are talking probably about the daily close around 112. So what we have on the intraday basis. All right. That supply been cleaned, so let's make it that way. Where is the last weakness here? Boom. Okay, so it's not bad. This range is quite okay. All right. So what we are talking about here now from the intraday perspective, all right? That's the Bank of Japan rate decision and initial reaction. Okay, so in case we are gonna to continue to the downside from here, all right, looks like similar in size move to the downside may bring 1130 again into play, and in that case I may consider intraday tiny longs if there are gonna be possibility to have very tight stop. I may consider around 30, and within this base a little bit lower, I may consider some tiny longs only if I'm gonna be able to place very tight stop, right? Like 6-10 pips, because what I expect in terms of the move back higher, I do expect something around 1160 to be retested, right? So if I'm gonna to have 6-10 pips stop and I'm looking for 3R at the very beginning, so from 30 move back to 60, that's quite okay, and that's what I need. I need have a possibility to place tight stop, right? So I would like to see the price action around 30 or slightly below 30, showing that okay, we are trying to reverse the move to the downside. All right, and I'm gonna to observe this on a smaller time frame. All right. From the bears perspective, intraday bears perspective. Okay. Taking into the consideration this whole move to the downside over here. Okay. So the current price action is quite positive. Okay. There was a Bank of Japan stop hunting. Move below this supply from the 7th of March. All right. So in that case, bears may allow at the very beginning of the London session, may allow to move a little bit higher, retest 85.90 and trying to counter this move and trying to attack this post Bank of Japan low, so meaning trying to hit some additional intraday stops, and that's what I'm gonna to try to do. So again, as you may see, my trading plan depends on what's going to happen at the very beginning of the London session, right? Of course, there are many different possible scenarios, but if I'm gonna to try to figure it out which one we are gonna to trade, then I may well end up trying to still figuring out after the move, right? So I've got my plan, and if they are gonna to do what I expect may happen, or what I actually visualize right now, that's okay. And even if I'm gonna to be stopped out on euro dollar or dollar yen, that's okay, but I follow with my plan. At the end, that's quite okay, right? That's how I see the dollar yen. And to be honest with you, because of this Brexit drama, most probably I'm not gonna watch pound today. All right, so I'm going to try to focus only on two majors: euro dollar and dollar yen. All right, so practically that's it from me today. So guys, again, triple witching day. Be very careful. Don't be trapped. Don't try to chase the market after the European close. That's the easiest way to be trapped on Friday, trying to trade US session, especially the second part of the US session, all right? And, you know, very often it works like this. If I had a bad week, I'm trying to recover as much as I can, and trying to chase the prices to try to close the week on a positive side, right? But guys, second part of the Friday session is the worst time if you want to try to recover losses. Most probably, instead of recovering your losses, you are going to double the losses. So if you had a bad week, and we are approaching second part of the Friday session, maybe better to book these losses and start weekend, right? Trying to refresh your mind, getting the rest over the weekend, trying to check what was wrong, what I did wrongly, and there is a Monday again. And no worries, they will open again on Sunday. On the other hand, if you had a great week, and especially there is I'm in a good mood, I had this week only good positions, I'm gonna to chase the market. I'm greedy, I want more. I would say it's going to be smart to avoid this type of the move during the second part of the US session, because if you are positive for a week, it's time to start the weekend, guys. Okay, that's it. Have a great one. See you again on Monday. Take care.
It would be great to have someone who could do our work for us, right? Someone to prevent us from making mistakes. Someone to assist with our routine professionally and allow us to devote our time to communicating with our closest people. If only we could get results without wasting our time for nothing. Unfortunately, it's impossible in real life. But wait, Light Forex Social Trading. Spend your time doing what really matters to you.